We got do not disturb on. And we're live. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Oh, man. Is it doing this crap again where it's waiting? Is it waiting again? Do. Let's see. There I am. Hit the thumbs up button. I guess it just delays it. Who knows? We're going to do some scans. And I have a feeling the energy sector is going to be huge. Hit the thumbs up button. Let's see. Scans. Microsoft. PanW. And CrowdStrike. Interesting that it's all... Those are my brokerage holdings, so that's why PanW and CrowdStrike are in there. TSM, Meta, Moderna, NVIDIA, Roblox, Costco. Let's look at energy names. None? Really? Energy names, because they're all, I mean, Exxon's up 4%. Let's go into the strategy tester. You're still in Exxon. COP, you're still in. Devon, should have bought in the 40s. Oxy, CVX, Fang. Oh, you know what? We'll say. I think it was Devon. Let me see. I think it was Devon. I think if you purchased Devon, morning, Joe, and you purchased, if you held Devon through the dividend, I think you got paid Friday, which means you're immediately up 6% on your dividend. Let me see. Activity and orders. No, I don't want. I hold it in there. So let's see. History. I got Walmart dividend. I got my March 31st. Yes, you did. I'm going to say that. Devon. Vested dividends. You got Friday price up 6% in pre-market. Okay. See, there's a reason that I say buy and hold, because, Joe, I guess you're the only one I'm explaining this to. If you bought, because Brian's going to join and say, let's make money soon. But if you bought Devon, and you could have sold it between the dividend X date and now, but Friday you got paid out. You got Friday's price. So, and Devon is up, let's see, Devon is up 6% in pre-market. So I'm looking at some of the Oxy. Big move. I'm going to be right back. I have to go. Sorry. Oh, okay, let's see. We're going back to the scanners. Oh, come on. There's nothing in energy. That's weird. That we have so, but you're in every energy name. No levered ETFs because you're in UCO. Let's see the spider sectors. Yeah. I reinvest my dividends just because I'm too lazy and I know it'll sit there. Essentially, what will happen is if I don't reinvest them, I wind up not doing anything with it. Ooh, SMMT got a buy-in. Interesting. NVIDIA, the trading desk, Mara, lovely Mara. Secondary cross-up. Applied Materials, AbbVie. I could care less about those. Okay, let's see. That's my own personal watch list. Let's look at ARC Holdings. KHC, I think I own like 2 shares of it, and it's in my Webull fund. So I typically don't look at that one a lot. I mean, I probably should do a Webull update. If you didn't know, and if you just got here, I'm doing a $1,000 Webull challenge where I just trade it for the year. Right now, I'm up to $1,098, so I'm up 9.8%. Isn't horrible, but I have. Oh, I'm sorry. I have 8. Let me see. How do I tell how many shares I have? Their value quantity. 0.22. It was one of the ones given to me. 0.22 of Kraft Heinz. My big holding in here, which is down 12%, is Caterpillar, 2 shares. So I should probably have not gone in big like that. Yeah, I think most energy's up like 4 or 5% at least, if not higher. And I'm gonna have to open up the door here in a second. I'm sure the dogs are going to hear my parents who just woke up. Yep. Hold on. It's scanning, so let me. Okay, who's that? Who's up? Who's up? Easy, who's awake? Who's awake? They're out there. They're all out there. There you go. You know, there's old people that it's interesting. They sleep late. Dow Jones 30. The only Dow Jones is Microsoft. Let's look at the NASDAQ 100. And I will get this out of the way right now. I'm going to say no show on Wednesday or Friday. Or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I may be taking a full week off. Oh, wow. There's a lot. Dexcom. Dexcom crossed up. It's just so expensive. Oh, I do have to say, UNH. Wouldn't. PNW. Nothing that I really love. Let's go to the S&P 100. Honestly, I don't know how these streaming dudes stay like 4 hours streaming and stuff. Meta, AbbVie, Costco, Microsoft, Avgo. I mean, Broadcom. This has just been a monster of a stock. Look at that since October. It's every chip stock. I was gonna do a. You know what? I've got enough notes here. What's EGY? Let me go to the strategy tester. I'm done with my scans. See, 641. Look at that. The last few have been wins. EGY. Oh, Valco. It's got to buy at 430. You got that descending wedge. Not an ascending, but descending wedge. But it looks like it might break out of that. EGY. 5.52. See, this is what I want to say. So, you guys don't need TrendSpider. I mean, you know, again, I love TrendSpider and I won't trade without it. But for somebody who doesn't want to buy TrendSpider, I mean, look at all the FinViz gives you. Oil and gas E&P. Look at this. If you want to do it by market cap, just sort it by market cap. You can go look at Alpine is the least. We'll look at the biggest, ConocoPhillips, COP. And COP has a great dividend. Yeah, it's about what VELP is, EGY. Morning Chase, you got 5.38%. It's down 15% year to date. 15% COP is down. So is it too late to buy? Absolutely freaking not. You may have not timed the bottom at 90, but you're under 100. We're gonna go over some energy ideas. COP is one. Let's look at the energy here. We've got our energy names. So XOM, obviously, you know, I own it. COP, I mean, you know, it has $100.03, and in pre-market it's at 104. Just buy it at 104. Devon, it's under 60. Pre-market it's at 53. Oxy, pre-market at 66. You know, you missed your 60. CVX 170. I said when this was in the 150s, I said buy it. FANG. I mean, it's just, you know, clear as day. Viper or Venom. I'm not a huge fan of this one. I mean, this is a small cap one. There's been a lot of talk about it. PXD. Your boy bought it at 208. Was I upset? Nah. Did I sell it at 193 when it was down here? Nah. Did I buy more? Fuck no. 214. Whatever. I'll probably buy more of it. Yeah, I bought here at 208. So, but XLE, MRO, I mean, you know, again, if you're talking about just getting to the 200 day, you're at 24. The 200 day is 27. NXE, Next Gen Energy. Talked about this one. This one's just beaten down. OIH, this is just the oil services. You're in a descending wedge, but it's going to come back up. I mean, Boyle. We talk about Boyle all the time. This is down 10% in pre-market. I said KOLD we're heading into this shoulder season. Do not play with this one. We just had a 372 buy-in. You're down 10% to 328. God. KOLD up 11%. Halliburton talked about. Look at this. I mean, this is just beaten down to 31. It's still expensive. Halliburton PE is 18. 2% dividend down 19%. Over 1 year, you're down 17%. Yeah, MRO, I mean, it's all up. We'll go. Hold on one second. I got to open the door. Okay, hold on. Here I come. Okay, come on. Come on. Into bed. Into bed. Go on. Into bed. Come on. Let's go. go. You're yes. Love you. I love you. I love you. Yes. You're a good girl. Your eye looks much better. Going to bed. There you go. I don't even know what the Willow Project is, but it sounds like a Dungeons and Dragons. Boy, that joke went over well. And I don't know if you guys see it, but the joke of the year was when Michael Che told the audience not to laugh at the other SNL anchors' jokes on April Fool's Day. And the guy thought he was bombing. I'm looking at her core portfolio. Apple's down. Amazon's down 1%. Devon up 6%. Google. MPLX is only up 1%, ironically. I don't know why. Energy's way up, and Oxy's up 6%. PepsiCo. UNH up 2%, back to the 485. XOM up 4%. Okay, I've got enough to talk about here. Hold on one second. Man. Okay, hold on. I'll put you under. Here. Go on. You can get under there. There you go. You're perfectly fine. I have spoiled that dog so much. She wants me to, by the way, I've got, just so you guys know, I've got, here's the SPY for the first quarter versus QQQ. Oh, I have IWM and DJI. And the other thing that I have is XLE versus the S&P versus the XLF, which is also beaten up, which is the XLK. Yeah. XLE's coming back. I've got if you don't know, I've got a list, energy names to trade/own in TrendSpider. If you don't have that, here, what I'll do is I'll share it right here. And put that in. Oh, is that? I think that leads you to a list. Yeah, I think it leads you to a list. Yep, done. We'll pin it. Oh, why can't I do this? Am I not logged in as myself? Oh, there we go. Pin message. We pinned it. Okay, so if you come back on the pinned messages, you can see live chat. You can see the list of energy names to trade/own in TrendSpider. And if you get TrendSpider, it's a list that you have up in your list. We can also look ones that I've subscribed to. 821 EMA. Five-day crossing up on the 20. I mean, there's a lot of just you can do scans and then share the scans in kind of groups here. I probably have to get let's see, ascending channel. bullish volume rush. Oh, let's see this one. It's got Cisco, American Express. I think American Express has pulled back enough. CAT has pulled back enough. Home Depot has pulled back enough. I think Disney's a great buy at under 100. Dow, J&J. Wow, look at that. Look at that descending, how it's going to break out of there at 154. Honeywell, IBM, McDonald's. Look at McDonald's, man. 3M. I would not put my money in 3M. Procter & Gamble. Look at that breakout. Travelers, insurance. We're going to go to the core investments. Okay. I'm going to start the podcast now. There's only 9 people in here. Screw y'all. Okay, I'm going to do most of it in there. Let's do this. We're going to move this. I'm going to try and put this up here. And then that there. Move this. Ugh, I hate that, but we'll move this back over here. There we go. Okay. I got to get all my cords and everything aligned and off. And okay. I wish I had more room here. Oh well, I'm told there's new bedroom furniture coming. So, let's see. Did I freeze? Son of a bitch. Am I still alive? OBS. Am I alive? I guess I'm still alive. I think my iPad froze. But I am live. Okay. Let's go back to Safari. There we go. And you can still see it. Okay. How am I going to do this? Okay, there we go. I'm not going to be able to see your chats. Because hold on 1 second. Man, I hate this. There we go. Okay, now I can see your chats down there. Friday, I'll still be able to see your chats. I'm just going to have to. There we go. Do Monday. There we go. Okay. Good morning. It's Monday. First Monday in April. Monday, April 3rd. I'm trying to get all my windows in place and blah, blah, blah. I'm on TrendSpider. Yeah. Let's look at quarterly. First quarter's over. What killed it? QQQ. QQQ absolutely killed it. I mean, you're up, 21% in the first quarter. SPY was up 7%. IWM 2%. Dow Jones up less than 1%. Where do you want to be invested? QQQ. Ironically, I did this chart just about a week ago where I said, hey, XLE and XLF are beaten down. So XLK, which is technology, is up 22% in the quarter. Your S&P was up 7% again. Your XLE is down 1%. Your XLF is down 6%. Well, XLF, you have a banking crisis. That's why that one's down. XLE, you just have crazy manipulation of oil. And I said, hey, We've got some crazy manipulation of oil. I do think that you've got an ability to invest. I brought up names, Devon. I brought up names like Oxy. I brought up names like Chevron. Over the weekend, Saudi Arabia and other OPEC oil producers announced further oil output cuts of around 1.16 million barrels per day in a surprise move that analysts said would cause an immediate rise in prices, and the United States called inadvisable. So Biden can't do the emergency petroleum reserve, the strategic SPR, strategic petroleum reserve. They said they wanted under $60 a barrel. Well, analysts are calling for over $100 a barrel. What does that mean? Well, how can you trade it? Well, I would go into the Devons, the COP. If you want the list of which ones I trade/own, it's in TrendSpider. I have an oil list, an energy names list that I have out there. I've shared it on YouTube with the chart. I have shared it in the private Facebook group. I've shared it all over the place. It's got a ton of names that are way up today. It's got Exxon, XOM, COP, ConocoPhillips, Devon, DVN, Oxy, CVX. Oh, by the way, with Devon in regards, if you bought Devon and you held it, and you just held it through the ex-dividend date of a couple of weeks ago or last week, you got paid out on Friday. Well, guess what? You're up 6% from that purchase if you reinvested the dividends. We all got purchased on Friday. Boom. So CVX, which is Chevron, FANG, which is Diamondback, Viper or Venom, VNOM. I call it Venom just because it's the PXD. Your boy bought it at 208. It got all the way down to 198, 193 was the actual purchase on the algorithm. Well, you're at 214. The XLE alone is up 4%. MRO is another one. NXE, OIH, Boyle, KOLD, LNG, Halliburton, SLB, SHEL, CHRD, which is, what's that? Cord Energy. It's a small cap. Arch, which is, this is coal. BTU is coal. LAC. You get the idea. What's a big one that you could buy to trade oil? And that is actually up 10%. We talk about Boyle and KOLD with natural gas. And I think I brought this one up before, but UCO and SCO up short. So UCO is when it goes up. This one is up 10%. It's at 29.19. I know I brought this up because it's in my list. You've got this descending triangle, just this kind of wedge that is just going down. Well, it's broken out. Is it too late to get in? Probably not. I mean, I think on anything under 30 at this point, I think you're looking at a fairly good a trade. This is not an investment. It's one of these triple levered ETFs that loses value. So you do not want to invest in this. But this is the big story of the day. You've got China, which is just starting to open up, and Russian oil coming off the market. You've got a lot. Again, it's macroeconomics. Oil is going to go up. The reason oil has gone down is because there's a fear that we are heading into recession. And the fear that we're heading into recession always will drive commodities, specifically oil, down. But UCO and SCO are great ways to trade this. If you want to know the price of oil, go to the home screen on FinViz and just go to the bottom left. You'll see it. It's at $80. This was at $70 earlier last week. The Biden administration didn't want to refill the strategic reserve until it got down to 60, got down to 65, never got to 60. And what does OPEC do when the U.S. is down? They buy. They cut the oil. In reverse, Boyle has taken a huge hit. We talked about Boyle going possibly down to $2. That's probably where it's going. It is down 11%. KOLD is up 12%. So you want to be careful. This is a great point. We're in this shoulder season, and I don't think that natural gas starts to actually move in the direction of upwards from an overall perspective until probably the summer, where Europe starts filling up their emergency reserves. So, again, take a look. What you want to know is either XLK is going to come down to meet these, or these bottom ones are going to come up to meet at some point in time. You can see over 1 year, look at how XLE is outperforming. Look at the 3-year, how XLE is outperforming. And it's all based on last year. 5-year, the XLK is destroying all of them. XLK is up 134%. The S&P is up 57%. This is 5 years. XLE is only up 26%. XLF is up 17%. So it's been clear which sector you want it to be in the long term. In the short term, year to date, look at the XLK. That's where you're at. So what's got the opportunity to move up? Look at the 6-month. XLK up 27%. XLE up 15%. So you still have an ability to move down, but again, I kind of look at it as not as an opportunity. So that is that. Tesla is in our core portfolio as well. They announced deliveries. You can read up all about these deliveries. They beat the street. The problem is that the stock going into this delivery beat, you had a buy-in here March 16th at 180. I had said that this gap down here at 155 to 147 was what I was looking at, but the gap up here at 255 to 265 is just as strong. So it didn't go down to the 150. It hit the 180, and then you saw it just take off to the 200s. And it's at 207 in pre-market. It's at 200. It's down 3%. I think if you can get this under 200, I think for a long-term buy, you're doing well. Tesla ain't going anywhere. They're delivering cars. They're expanding their factories. They've got one opening up in Mexico sometime in the near future. They have China expanding. Berlin is now producing a ton of automotives. Texas factory is producing 4,000 a month. So you've got a huge, huge explosion. If they can continue to deliver, and they said I think they made 420,000 and they delivered something like 440,000. I could get that wrong, but again, read it. In my mind, again, the car is so good at understanding stuff. If you get autopilot correct, right now it's the best tech out there. GM Cruise is coming up. But do you think GM is actually a well-run company? I don't. I'd trade GM. I don't own GM. I trade it. So you can take a look at GM stock, 35.22. It's going to come up to the 200-day, probably at 37. You're trading at 36. There's nothing exciting there. They're going to announce that they delivered 10 electric vehicles over the quarter, and that's it. Let's see. XLE. April seasonality for QQQ. Let's go back to this. This is what I wanted to look at. If we go to QQQ and we take a look at the seasonality chart within TrendSpider, and we go to, we'll go back, 19 years, 24 years. And we look at April. March was a good one for QQQ, 67%. Okay, 67% win. 63% in April. So you've gotten a 63% chance of QQQ being up. These are the two best months next to July and October and November. So I think QQQ has the ability. How do you want to play QQQ? Well, TQQQ probably is your best bet. TQQQ is the triple levered ETF. You've got 22.17 was the buy-in. You're trading at 28.26. I don't see that, this was the button hook that I always talk about. I don't see it button hooking. I see it continuing. So trade that with however you might think it goes. Hold on. There's a bunch of noise outside. I think you guys can see I have ADD. So I get distracted and boom, all of a sudden I can't talk. Okay, sorry. I got distracted. Let's move to SPY. And SPY, if you look at SPY and we look at the seasonality on SPY, boom, 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 boom. This goes back 75%. Wow. Only better month is November. So you might be in for a good seasonality wise. April might be a good one for SPY. Let's look at IWM, which is small caps, small and mid caps. And you look at the seasonality for this one. Wow. 68%. So you've got May, 68% as well. 70% October and November are the only better months. So seasonally, you can see going back 23 years, you've got opportunities in these things. And I think if you want to, we talk about my weekly stock picks, which I'm going to bring up next, but my weekly stock picks talks about the weekly ones. I think on a monthly basis, you could even look at these and say, yeah, let me roll the dice. Remember, it's trades. I don't consider, if you want to buy SPY, if you want to buy QQQ, if you want to buy those things, in my mind, I think those are buy and hold for more than a year, just from tax purposes. If you buy them in your retirement, we went over the retirement last week, but if you buy them in your retirement, you do buy and hold them. But again, I think seasonally, we're in a fairly strong place. Before I get to my weekly stock pick, I want to announce there's new sponsors for the podcast. Reese's and Scott's Lawn. If you go on Spotify, I was shocked. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, I think, is a sponsor, and Scott's Lawn. You guys probably eat a lot of chocolate like I do and care about your lawn. So take a look. I mean, if you're in another country and you're listening, email me. Let me know or just send a message. Let me know what the sponsor is. I know in Mexico, it's Meli. And Meli stock has been killing it. I think I brought this one up. I don't think it's in our core portfolio. Probably should be, just based on how it's performing. I mean, look, it's at 13.18 is where it's at. The algorithm had you buying at 12.14. And that was just last week at 12.14. And it's at 13.18. It has absolutely exploded. But from a stock standpoint, from a sponsor standpoint, that's it. My own personal sponsors are Visible. If you're paying more than $30 a month for your phone bill, take a look at the link down below. I'll save you $20 off your first month. And I have it for $25 a month. So your first month would be $5. Makes no sense not to get an eSIM at least and just pay $5 for your first month. That's it. Try it out. Keep it with the SIM in your phone and just use it as a second number for your eSIM. And then once the eSIM works and you like it for, the next $25, again, if you're paying any more than $30 a month, you absolutely should switch over. Second sponsor is TrendSpider. And they are the charts that I obviously show. 25%. I think they had a 35% off April, 35% off sale for April Fools this weekend. So again, if you take advantage of any sale that they have, just email me. As long as you're on TrendSpider, send me your email address. I'll give you my algorithm. I'll give you the scans that I use. I'll give you the watch list that I have. Give you everything that I have. There is nothing off limits. As long as I can move you over to the program that I have, then I can share everything with you. Just send me an email. So if you ever get a 50% off or anything of that sort, just send me the email address that you sign up for. Once I confirm that you're a paying customer, boom, you get everything. Let's talk about my weekly stock pick. You know what it is this week? It's your boy's favorite, Apple. AAPL. This is one that we've been in since 153. You're trading at 164. Now, do I think this is what's crazy. I am not a fan of Apple at these levels without some type of catalyst actually moving it. One of the things that I personally think is going on, and you can see this, I don't even know what this R is, but this is the trend line right here that hit HR. I don't know. Can I see what that is? Won't even tell me. But if you go to FinViz, that's the chart that I'm looking at right now. And the PE on Apple is 28. That's high. I mean, even for somebody who owns a lot of Apple, that's high. March 6th, Goldman buy 199 price target. The average target price is 169. You're trading at 164. I would not be recommending buying it here. If you are looking into Apple, it might be a good week to buy Apple. If we look at some of the seasonality of Apple, and you look at April going back to 1999, 24 years, 67% win. March was a 72% win. March, July, and October are the big winners up in the 70s. Seasonally for this one. So, I mean, even if we go back to, let's look at a weekly here, because TrendSpider has week of the year too. You're here, 63%. 63% win. Last week would have been better for Apple. You were at 70% win. 13 of all 13 changes were positive. 14 changes were positive. Again, it's 19 years that you're going back. So I like Apple. I just think anything under 160 is probably a good buy. If you want to buy this one, I would follow the weekly stock pick. He's had some really good numbers. I just worry that Apple is a little too high at this point. I think I just bought a bunch in the 150s with dividend reinvestment stuff. I typically don't look at that. I just reinvest it. It's fairly, I mean, I think my dividends are in the $2,000 every quarter or something. I got a lot of shares. So I got a lot of shares of this one. But it's, and the other thing that I wanted to bring up was on, in our private Facebook group, I share a lot of TrendSpider stuff. And if I particularly look at the one, this is one that I really liked because you can see I shared Tesla daily chart. It looks like they're breaking out. There's a head and shoulders there. I'll bring that one up in a little bit. But here's the one that I wanted to bring up. Apple's rising wedge. This goes back. This is a monthly chart that goes back all the way to 1998. This is a monthly chart that moves. Boom. 2022 was right here. So you've all of a sudden got this little breakout that might be happening, and you're going up above 200. So I would say that my weekly stock pick, if you're buying Apple here, I don't know that you necessarily want to sell it at the end of the week. He will for his data tracking purposes, but I do like it. Stephanie Link was on this morning. She said CVX, which is Chevron, FANG, which is Diamondback, and SLB. I have SLB in our energy names that I trade. 48.14 was the buy-in. Right now it's trading at 52. It is up 6% in pre-market, just like every other energy stock. Leon Cooperman was on this morning. He's 20% energy, which is huge in his portfolio. 20% energy. So there was some other news this morning about EDR. This is Endeavor Group is going to buy WWE. The announcement may come today. Endeavor Group is up 3% in pre-market. It's a pretty well-aligned group. This is who owns UFC and other live events. They do it well. So if I were, considering getting into WWE, I probably wouldn't buy either one of these. I'm just not a huge fan. I'm not a huge fan of any of these events, blah, blah, blah. But if you like it, again, if you buy the pay-per-views, if you go to the events, Endeavor, which is EDR, is buying WWE. You can read up on that news. Pretty big news for you to look at. AI, one of the other Facebook things that I shared was this morning, and it's that AI is up 23% in 3 months. And one of TrendSpider's actual indicators that I will not pull up, but you can pull it up, it's called the TW pivot. It signaled a buy exactly at the lows. It is an exclusive indicator to TrendSpider. You can go in and you can set it up. But AI was up big on Friday. Look at that candle. I mean, you've got a 16% morning candle. The low was 27. The high was 32. It closed at 32. You're right now trading at 33.57. AI, in my mind, is a piece of junk. I think it's got the best symbol out there right now. But other than that, I don't think it has anything else. If you remember the other AI plays that we were day trading back, I guess about a couple of months ago or so, was BBAI. This is Big Bear AI. $1.85 was the buy here. And you're still in. You're trading at $2.51. Huge upside right there. You're just trading around the 200-day. Nothing more. I mean, this one in the month of January, it got you in at 73 cents, and it got you out with a 438% profit in February. That is just January to February. You 4 times your money. Put $1,000 in here, would have been $4,000 out here. So, BBAI. Again, $1.85 was the buy-in on March 21st. If you want to use the 65-minute algorithm on this one, which remember, the 65-minute algorithm is just on the 8-day EMA. It is just buying at the I got to bring this down. Buying at the 8-day when it crosses up on the 8-day EMA, selling when it crosses down on the 8-day EMA. You're in at $1.99. It's at $2.51 right now. So on the 8-day EMA. So get TrendSpider, set that one up. BBAI is one. SOUN, SoundHound AI. This is one that has a gap up here at 327. You're trading at 276 on the 8-day EMA. 65-minute algorithm. It is $2.10 was the buy. You're trading at 276. Big moves in this one. So we talked about that. UNH, other big news in the core portfolio. UNH is up about 3% in pre-market. Remember, I bought this at 485. The algorithm has you buy in at 465 right now. Pretty good move. You're up at 488 in pre-market. 488. You've got this descending wedge right here. It is going to break out of that. It's going to open up above it. So you do have a bit of a breakout here. Essentially, the government announced that they will not cut healthcare spending and blah, blah, blah. Read up on the news about it. So let's talk about some scans. First one, Microsoft. Microsoft has a secondary cross-up. 278 was the initial cross-up. You are down 1% at 285. My mind, I think it's a little bit expensive. I'm sorry. Let's look at that was on the 65-minute. I'm sorry. This is a secondary cross-up. The original purchase on this one was 254. I think up here, you're a little bit high. We talked about Apple having a very high PE at 28. When you go to Microsoft, the PE is actually 32. The difference is Microsoft is cloud. Microsoft is using AI. Microsoft has, a few more things than Apple has. Apple traditionally is based on the iPhone, but it's a little bit high. Again, a secondary cross-up. I don't see a button hook happening. I'd rather see you wait on that one, but Microsoft crossed up. PanW, Palo Alto Networks. This one crossed up. You've got this gap here between 168 and 180. Which is still in play. You're just getting out of this buy-in here on December 30th. You got out with a 32% gain on March 15th. You just got back in at 191. You're trading at 199. It's at 198, but it had a secondary cross-up. CrowdStrike. This is another cybersecurity. This is a secondary cross-up. This one on the 4-hour. We bought in way back on January 12th at 97. You're at 137 right now. It's had a pretty decent, cross up here. The golden cross happened on March 17th. This is just a secondary. You can see there's tons of button hooks, but no real downfall. It's going to cover this gap. It's pretty much closed it at 135. I think there's another gap. Nope. different stock. Thought there was another gap a little bit further back, but no. You do have some small gaps here. Looks like about 180 or so, but nothing enormous. I do own CrowdStrike. It's in my personal portfolio, so I do own it. TSM, this is the one that Warren Buffett sold out of and has just been on a bit of a downslide. It's got another secondary cross up. Their earnings are coming up April 14th. I'm a little bit nervous about the Taiwan situation with China. Meta had another cross up. This is another secondary cross up. This one, 189 was the actual buy-in. It's trading at 211, 208 in pre-market. I say anything under 200, I think you could pull the trigger. mRNA, this is Moderna. This had a cross up at 152. This is one you absolutely trade on hype. It's got a cross up here at 168. It's below its 200-day. They have earnings coming up May 2nd. This is 100% just hype. These guys, if they announce anything with flu, anything to do with anything else, it immediately moves. The problem that you have with Moderna, and we'll bring it up here on FinViz so you can look at it. Its PE is 7. There's no dividend. You're down 14%. The average target price is 226. So at 150, you'd think it's good. Well, here, Stefan Bancel is basically selling about $10 million a day at this point. It was $5-6 million a day. Now it's $10 million a day. The guy's just selling out his entire fortune. He's the CEO. So the most recent March 13th, TD Cowen upgraded him with a $180 price target. It's just a little bit difficult to hold on to. Your next cross-up is NVIDIA. 232 was the initial cross-up. I thought it was going to hit this gap on the way down. It hasn't. It's at 277. It's trading at 274. This is a secondary cross-up. It is high up there. If you want to invest in AI, NVIDIA, or AMD are probably the ones. NVIDIA just has the cross-up today. TSM as well has a cross-up. Roblox, this is one that I'm a big fan of, but I'm a big fan under 40. The problem is at 44.70, it looks like it still has room to run. You're just getting out of this 7% gain. This one, the algorithm loses you 59%. Buying and holding loses you 36%. But in the algorithm, your average win is 16%. I would rather see you closer to the 200-day, which is at 36. This one at 44 is a little bit expensive for me to actually say, hey, go in and buy it. Someone in our Facebook group posted that Costco is in no man's land right here. I mean, it's just kind of trading in this range of between 470 and 500. I think anything under 500 is a good long-term buy for this one. I think 500 is your kind of pivot point. The PE is expensive. It's 36. It is expensive. Year to date, you're up 8%. For 1 year, you're down 13%. I think this one ran up when people started going back to stores and buying last year. They started basically just loading up on stuff. It is what it is. Ethereum, we talk about GBTC. ETHE just had another cross up, and it's here at about 857, which is where you're trading in pre-market. If you want to trade some crypto, GBTC, ETHE, BITO. There's a lot of ETFs out there that you can trade. Let's see. SMMT is one. I thought I had Mara. Yeah, I do. Okay. I do have Mara in here too. SMMT, this is the one with that huge. If we go in here and we look at the insider buys, SMMT, this had the Robert Dugan, March 6th, but $395 million. Well, I'm sorry, there's two buys. So it's almost $500 million worth of stock in the company. Co-executive CEO on March 8th bought $16 million of this company. It is a biotech. It is not something that I would say, hey, absolutely get into. This is a roll of the dice, but it had $1.70. You're just getting out of this 8% gain. Had $1.70. It pivoted right up. So SMMT. Another one that I really like, and I don't think that this one's a huge gamble, but TDD, the trading desk. This has a secondary cross up. These are the guys that basically insert ads if you're streaming video. Simple. The great product, great service. They insert the ads. They have that technology. So the average win is 13%. If you want to read a little bit more about it, go over to FinViz. The PE is huge. It's still expensive, 647. This is one where the average price target is 68. You're trading at 50. You're trading at 60 right now. You can see there's no real insider stuff really going on. There's some sale. There was a sale from the chief technology officer on March 27th. There is $30 million at $60.67. So I'd kind of assume that, $60 is probably a pretty big top for them, since the CTO is selling that much. Mara, we talk about. Mara had another cross up at $8.70. If you want to look at Mara on the 65-minute, it actually trades really well on the 65-minute. Over 8 months. 8 months. The 65-minute algorithm, which is just the 8-day EMA, trade it when it crosses up, you make 129%. If you just bought and held Mara, you'd lose 34%. So this one performs really well on the 65-minute. On the 4-hour, it just had a cross-up, and the cross-up is at $8.70. You're trading at $8.44, down 3%. So there's some ideas for you. There's the podcast. If you there's 3 sponsors: Visible, there's TrendSpider, and then there's ID Shop. ID Shop is the company that I work for. They do printing, badges, lanyards, any of your promotional materials, anything of that sort. They do. Family-run business out of South Carolina, Georgia. It's down south there where I live. Absolutely 100%. Great, fantastic people. These are the best of the best. They will handle you tremendously. My guarantee of that. I work for them. I am going to go this week. I'm doing women's soccer for MLS, and it's in Chicago and Houston. I leave on Wednesday, so I know Wednesday and Thursday there will not be a show. I know Friday, probably not a show. I fly to Houston, I think on Saturday night. Sunday, I'll be in my hotel room watching the Masters. Monday, probably not a show. Tuesday, probably not a show. And next Wednesday, probably not a show because I'm flying home on Wednesday. So if you have any questions, join the Facebook group. I'll try and answer as many questions as I can. If you have TrendSpider, you can do your own scans. You can take a look at these things. You can absolutely use the 65-minute, use the 4-hour algorithm. If you have FinViz, research the thing. If you want me to look at it, I'll look at it. I may do some, a short little YouTube. Go over to YouTube, subscribe to YouTube, because if you ask me a question, I may just answer it on YouTube and do a short little video like this in the hotel room. So it won't be huge, but at least it'll get you what you need to do. But join the Facebook group. That's usually where I'm kind of responding to stuff. Twitter, if you have Twitter, you can absolutely follow me on Twitter. If you don't have social media and just have an email address, there's an email down below. I want to also thank everybody who's signing up for the newsletter. I promise the newsletter's coming at some point. By the way, just so everyone's aware too, I'm going to bring this one up because I was at a Simon Mall this weekend. It was packed. Now, I went to the Under Armour store. I found a sweatshirt for $19 that was normally $75. Liked it, bought it. Their socks, loved their no-show socks. They were on sale, 30% off. Got them for $19. Loved that one. Didn't find anything else in the Under Armour store. Not that there weren't things there that I liked. It was just, it couldn't find the right value. So I never go to the Nike store. The Nike store is where everybody's at. I hate Nike stuff. I love Nike stock, hate Nike stuff. I just can't stand Nike clothing, shoes. Can't stand them. again, it's a personal thing, totally personal thing. But I went into Puma because I have liked Puma. First thing I realized, which was shocked, your boy is a small in Puma. You folks, average folks out there, need to start exercising, because if I'm considered a small, this world is crazy. Again, Americans are kind of the biggest in the world, so blah, 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 whatever you want. But yeah, I'm a small. If for some reason I wind up losing a little bit more weight, I'm going to probably have to go to kid sizes, which I did back in 2011, I think it was. Your boy lost a ton of weight and went to the Baby Gap store. But first thing is, I went to the Puma store, and I found actually you never find this in outlets where you have a bottom and a top. So I'm taking it back to the 80s. I got sweatsuits with the bottoms and the tops. I think I got 3 outfits for $120. Not bad at all. 3 sweatsuits basically for $100. So if you see me in the airport, I'll be traveling in a sweatsuit. But yeah, Simon Property Group, packed, just packed. Parking lot was packed. So wanted to bring that one up. Okay, that's it. Take care. Have fun. I will see you tomorrow. Okay. That's it. Brian, I was waiting for you to say, let's make some money. I saw it. Now I got to upload this puppy. Share, export song to disk. Oh. And export. Okay, done. Oh, why? How do I do this now? There we go. We'll go live. I'm exporting this. You're seeing Safari. Let's move you over to Active Trader Pro. I don't know why. I'm not seeing the chat over here. Boo. This is the stock that I think. Look at that move. Okay, GarageBand, quick GarageBand. Save. We're going to go back over to Safari. Shrink this one down. Then we'll go to Anchor. Anybody have any questions? I'm inhibited when my parents kind of... I hear them, I hear the dog. Transitions. I like swapping tubes. Okay, insert ad. Oil is doing really well. Brian, you may have missed it, but if you got Devon and you kept it, the dividend was invested on Friday. So you got 10% on top of the dividend payment that you made. Wow. You know what that means, Mike? It means I'm selling Apple and buying Exxon. How can he not be bullish on oil? CNBC Investing Club. By the way, anybody else notice how big Jim Cramer's bags under his eyes are? It bothers me. Back up the Brinks truck. Save episode. Copy. Paste. Bum, bum, bum. Sweet. Love when you guys make money. Somebody tipped me last week and they said, hey, you made money. I'm like, damn. Got a nice tip. It was generous. We're going to take Reese's and Okay, let's see. For 3/23 market update. Publish now. Okay. It is 8:54 and I am probably going to leave here. Holy shit. Do I really have 12 new members? There's been a lot of people joining this group. Your profile, your group. Hey Brian, I answered your EDR and WWF stuff too. You know, Brian, old people like you and me refer to it as WWF, but it's actually WWE. What's ironic is EDR is up in pre-market. Let me move you back over to, I'm going to just close this stuff down. Let me move you back over to Safari. EDR is up 3% in pre-market. I would probably trade this one on the 65-minute. I am not a fan of either one. Honest to God, I just, you know, WWE, those guys just incredible athletes. Incredible athletes, but this is 23.44 is the buy-in here on EDR. I think it's fairly expensive. Yeah, PE is 47. For an entertainment company, your PE is 47. Average target price is 31. You are trading at 27, I think, in pre-market. 24. All positive looks on it. You got sale. Nothing huge. I mean, December 22, he sold $9 million, the president. That's fairly big. Not enormous, though. I mean, these guys, you know, they're all multi-millionaires. So, and what's strange about this one, he sold I don't get that. 0 shares. I don't get it. But okay, I am done. I will be back tomorrow, Tuesday. I will be back tomorrow to do another short little episode because I've got to travel on Wednesday. And again, I love Simon Property Group. Man, that mall was huge. Here's what I want. You know what? For you guys in the YouTubes, old guy. Here's how I want you to find oil stocks. You go into energy. So we look at the energy sector. Okay. Let's pull up energy. Let's pull up Exxon. We'll pull up Exxon here. So you can go into either energy or oil and gas integrated right here. And this will list you, and I think I did this before. This will list you everything that you need. You can sort it by any country that you want. Market cap. I usually go by market cap, and you can see Exxon's the biggest, Chevron's the second, Shell, which is United Kingdom. Then you got Total Energies, which is France. But this is just by market cap. You can sort it by PE. If you want to look at PE, let's look at the low PE. PBR, super low PE in Brazil. They're probably way up. Let's see what PBR is. PBR is up 3% in pre-market. So on the 65-minute, you'd be out of PBR. It just hit the 200-day. Let's see on the 4-hour. 4-hour, you're still in. $9.80 and you're up at 10.42. So you've got your 10% there. But let's look at Shell has a PE of 5. SHEL. That's super low. You're up 5% in pre-market. 56.98. You're trading at 57 right here. But this one dipped all the way down to 53. Morning, Sherry. I am just getting out of here, Sherry. I already did the podcast. I know you're left coast, so I'm sorry I got up early. But yeah, PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon, man, that brings back bad fraternity nights. I don't drink anymore, just so everyone knows. A sober life is a good life in my mind. I am so thankful I never had that addiction, because I think addictions for me are super difficult to overcome. I just never like to taste. Oh, look at that. Yeah. But again, if you want to go into FinViz and just look, you can look at oil and gas midstream, oil and gas equipment and services, oil and gas drilling. You got 10 symbols, oil and gas drilling. In the, I think it's, yeah, the only one that we're using is oil and gas drilling. So you got DO, which people love. I think, who was it? I think James is big. James and Zephin are big in DO. And they've done well. You got this ascending triangle. What was the stock that I looked up? Is it AAPL? It had a strange... Yeah, what's this HR? No. What's this HR? Okay. No. I'm trying to figure out what this HR trend line is. If anybody knows, let me know. Because when I click on it, it doesn't tell me. Let me see. HR trend line in FinViz. Charts and patterns. Let's see, chart patterns. Oh, horizontal support resistance. Channel up, channel down. There's the double tops. I like those. Double bottoms. I like those. Head and shoulders. Oh. Oh, head and shoulders reverse. Let's see. Is that? I guess you do. There's the head. There's a shoulder. There's a shoulder. So, head, left, right. I guess that's it. Head and shoulders inverse. Yeah, LHR. Huh. Head and shoulders reversal is defined by prior upward trend. 3 distinct highs, left rotator, horizontal. Break of the horizontal support. Let's go to Investopedia and so there it is. Key takeaways. Above the resistance of the neckline. So the neckline is this H and R. Huh. So yeah. 144. Once you saw that one there, boom. That's interesting. Okay. I'm out, folks. Remember, TrendSpider is available. Apple, I guess it doesn't have. Let me see chart patterns. It's got wedges. I like double bottom. Apply. It's got patterns. And it does. There's the shoulder. There's the shoulder. 153 was right about the shoulder there. By the way, the 2 years on the 4-hour algorithm makes you 42% on Apple versus just 30% with buying and holding. Your average win is 8.89%. You do only win 38% of the time, though. But okay. See you guys. Have fun. Enjoy. I came on early, I guess. I don't know why OBS. OBS is annoying, man. OBS is super annoying. I don't know why it's doing this. There we go. And I don't know why it's... I'll set this up. Okay, I'll be back on tomorrow, Sherry. I'll be back on tomorrow, probably early. I like doing it early. I like getting up and out.